Zig Ziglar said, "You don't build a business, you build people, and then people build the business." I'm Marlene Foster with Empower the Vision, and today we're going to talk about the cost of leadership protection. The cost, what you have to extend within each day, within your business, to actually protect your business. Okay, let's start off first of all with retirement planning. Let's look at retirement, health insurance, and then let's look at the car you drive each day. Retirement. When you look at retirement, each one of us, the retirement that we invest in, 401k, whether it's mutual funds, do we always put all of our investments? Do we always invest in just one investment or a diverse group of investments? Think about it that way. So, are we looking at a short term approach or a long term approach? When you're looking at retirement, you're looking more at a long term approach, correct? So, you take steps. So, that means that your age, depending on as you start off, your age will depend on where you start to invest. You may be more aggressive at the beginning, and then later you become more moderate. And then following that, you become what? More conservative. Look at the generations that are inside of your business today. I was speaking with Peter Abrahamson. I'll be mentioning him later today. He talked about, he said, Marlon, there are about 5 generations in your business today. Stop and look at, think about it. 5 generations. So we're going to talk today about how you can't just have one plan of action. You can't. And an exit strategy is a plan of action that you have, a plan that along the way will be changed. Your plan of action may be to invest right now more aggressively because of your age. And then as you age, become more moderate. And then as you become more, older, more senior, then you will become what? More conservative. So just want to tell you to look at it that way. So retirement, your investment mindset depends on your age, your lifestyle, and of course, sometimes the money also that you can afford to lose. So if you can afford to lose, maybe in a particular type of investment, you're willing to invest more, right? But most of the time, we're dealing with the age, okay? And the number of years that we've been in that particular business. Let's look at health insurance, health coverage. How many of you can say that you believe that you're going to always rely on the same doctor that you have today through for the rest of your life? Think about it. Again, as you age and as your body changes, and then you have to just be age, but your body. Or what if you're in a car accident? And that particular doctor then refers you to what? A specialist. There's another doctor. Doctors team to help their patients. Just as we as business owners team also in order to help our employees, to help our customers, we have to learn to team, right? Teaming is what helps us in building our staff and our team members within the organization makes us stronger as well. So as you age or as you become, maybe if different health situations occur, you will need a different type of doctor. So doctors also, you need a diverse group of doctors in order to stay healthy. Not just one doctor, but you're going to need in your lifetime, there'll be many doctors that you will probably have to see in order to test and stay healthy. Now, last, I want you to look at that's your car. Look at your car, everybody. When you go to travel to work in your car, most of us have a jack, right? You've got a jack in there. You may have a spare tire inside the trunk. But in your car, what happens if the car doesn't have? Then if there isn't you don't need a spare. Maybe there's something that the engine stops and you don't know what to do. So now call, you call a company that you rely upon to come and tow the car so they can now take it to your mechanic or to a place where extensive repairs can be done, right? extensive. So in life and in business, you need more than one way to meet your exit. And the exit strategy is nothing more than what I always tell you. It's your action plan. Remember, your action plan must be ready to be changed. Don't be afraid of change. Change occurs. You're going to make changes. For instance, let's think about your exit strategy. And your exit strategy may be to stay in business for, you may say, well, I plan to keep this business for the next, 30 years. What if a change occurs and you decide to move it up a little bit? You decide to go from 30 to 20 years. You decide, oh, after 20 years, I'm leaving. Or maybe you become maybe an unexpected illness occurs and you have to leave in 10 years. Life happens to us, and we know change is constant, right? So always be prepared. Stay prepared. And that's why I'm talking to you today about change. Your change of mind. Because again, you may start off thinking one way and later you change and take another course of action. Now think about, how do you keep the business moving forward? How does your business stay on track? Right now, if you're deciding to even make a change to increase the different types of expertise that you're sharing within the business, but you need to have your business ready to stand on its own while you reach out, go out to different associations or meet with individuals so you can get the business to become stronger. And the only way to do it is to what? Zig Ziglar said what? You need to prepare who? Your people. Get your staff, get your team strong enough, get them skilled, get them growing so that they can keep the business on track, okay? Keep it moving, and you won't have to sit around, and worry about that, all right? Now, what I wanted to do is talk to you today about 4 different ways, 4 different stories. And actually, these are stories that people have actually, these are professionals, these are business owners who share with me. One, in order to really have a sound business, to have a sound an exit strategy, which means that you want growth within your business, you need to have some type of a mental health program inside of your company. People are people and there are going to be problems. I spoke with Peter Abrahamson. He was telling me about a woman. He said that had issues with, I don't know, with like, driving home. She just, she had a fear. She would come to work and then she would leave, going home. And I believe he was saying that she had a fear of the travels, her travels, back and forth from work, from the job and then back home again. And so there was a fear there. The fear that she felt, he helped her he delivered her from this fear. He actually met with her and he actually set, and it was a therapy session for them. But anyway, he met with her and she was finally healed from it. But my point for you today is this: professionals like Peter Abrahamson, believe me, should be in demand, because in our business, you've got how many? He said about 5 generations in each business. 5 generations today. I mean, think of that diverse group. So that therefore, as he was telling me, you've got to look at mental health types of strategies, mental health people coming in, professionals to talk to, the organizations come in and talk with you, come in and meet. That needs to be part of the growth for your exit. You can't have a secure exit investment unless you have mental health strategy. And I thought about ways you could do it. You could have someone like Peter to come in as an expert, come in and talk with you and your group. Talk with you can do it in maybe groups, not the entire business or at one time, but in groups. Come in and talk with you about ways, different expectations that you want to have within the business. And also, if someone starts to deviate from those expectations, what they could do. For instance, this person, like Peter, could have podcasts that he could actually invite your staff to attend. There could be a podcast that he could do, not just coming out and speaking to the group, you know, as a public speaker, but he could actually invite you to come to a podcast. And there could also be maybe a group that he meets with virtually that you could also have your staff to attend. All I'm saying is that have something continuous for mental health. You know that we had Mental Health Month in May, and we had Men's Mental Health in June. This is something that all businesses need to really pay close attention to. Because again, with all of the various generations that we have, remember we talked about investing in our stocks and investing in our 401k plan, correct? Now it's time to invest in our business, invest in the people, invest in the different age groups, invest in the different strategies or outcomes that they have. When you're meeting with each of your employees, find out what their goal is. What's their goal inside of your business? Find out the goal, and you'll be able to see at that point in time also what's going to be best for each one of them. When you get ready to look at succession planning, then you'll know exactly when you're looking at their mindset and you're looking at those who are really taking time to invest in themselves for mental health. All of this should be those kind of options that you take a look at when you're looking at succession plan. You need someone with a sound mind, sound leadership skills. So get started now in that area, okay? I want to also talk with you about, we've talked about team building, right? And with team building, also let's take a look at, there was one person that I had on my podcast, and she spoke of, Miss Lois Pipers, she spoke of inclusivity. And inclusivity, when you're looking at a workshop, or if it's some type of just a, where you're teaching strategies or teaching skills, you got to learn to listen to staff. And what Lois said is that you got to learn to ask questions. She said, and also invite the teams, invite each person to discuss what they're doing in their particular roles. Let them show you what their plan of action is, for instance, for that particular month. Let them have the floor for maybe five minutes and talk about it. Listen to them and see where their mindset is. Listen and see also how they can even empower the business themselves. They may come up with some strategies or an action plan that could help you as the leader to make your action plan even stronger. Because as you know, we've changed our exit strategies will sometimes have to change, right? Because there may come a time when one of your managers, there could be death that occurs, there could be a disability that happens, or there could be a termination where they leave, or even you have to terminate them. So I'm saying is that what she's saying is so true. We've got to take time out and invite them into meetings so that they can now express themselves. What's going on in their particular, in their environment? What's going on with the staff who are reporting to them? What's happening and what their plan of action is? And maybe within the group, you could have a peer review where they can receive feedback from everyone within that group. So let's do more of that, as well. I want to move on also and speak about, I had a podcast also with Sherry McDowell. Sherry talked about team building and how what she did in order to build teams. She said, Marlene, each one of us have different expertise. And she said it's like what she described it was like a car, and how a car, the engines and the lube and everything combine together and helps the car to run more smoothly, right? But she talked about that. And I said, wow, I love the way she told her story. But she was saying that businesses must learn again to bring those expertise together. She said, and as a team, not only just the team itself that works within the organization, but the executive level, mid-level, all of the levels together, all of your expertise needs to be combined and brought together. Bring it together so that you can now create a much more rich environment now, and everybody can learn from you. Everyone gets a chance to learn. We're not going to talk about succession planning as much today, but we're talking about the leadership and how you need to really look at these different options. Look at, again, I mentioned mental health, looking at mental health, inclusivity, listening to the plan of action that managers are taking within your organization. Look at their plan of action. Let them tell you what they're planning to do and how they're doing it right now. And also have a group setting so that you can have peer review done. Listen to feedback. Everybody should learn to listen to feedback, right? We all have to learn to do that. Now, I wanted to stop here and go to the fourth person here, Dr. Constance Leland. And Dr. Constance Leland, actually, she's actually affiliated with the 50 inspirational, connections. And the 50 inspirational connections, I'm actually a member of. And I want to talk to you just personally about this organization because right now, she's looking for 50 individuals right now to come on board. Okay, 50. And I want to start by telling you what really inspired me about this particular organization is that podcasting, she comes on and she teaches you how to effectively podcast your business. And some people are not doing that right now. But when you come on board with her, she teaches you the steps, how to go about doing it, the visibility that you can receive from doing it. And I'll tell you, the major part of being affiliated also with this organization was the book. She actually helped me with co-authoring a book within her team. A book. I was already writing 2 books and I'm about to actually publish this year. I'm getting ready to publish this year, but she helped me to get a feel for what it was like to become an author. I became a co-author of going beyond boundaries and actually feeling what it's like to be in the gray zone. And that's what we're talking about, is the gray zone. That's what an exit strategy is. It is being within the gray zone. Within this organization, I wanted to just give you, in 50 inspirational connections, what you can look forward to when you actually, if you want to make application here. These are some of the benefits. A magazine feature. You will have an opportunity to be featured in a magazine, a free anthology, as I was, a co-author. She will open it up. So she and Susanna will also work with you so that if you're looking to publish one day, if you've published a book and you're looking to publish more books, this is an organization that you want to be affiliated with. You've got to, within your organization, venture out and get to know more people. As you venture out, when you do get ready to close shop, to leave the business, to retire, you've gotten to know numerous businesses now, globally, not just local within the US, but global businesses that can now, they've been watching you and getting to know you, collaborating with you, and you've done all sorts of different activities together, business opportunities together, and they know what kind of business owner you are. They know what kind of business you own. You've got someone now, you've got a group of businesses who can now maybe be an option for you. When you're ready to close a business, maybe these are some of the businesses that will be looking to do what? Purchase your company. Or if you decide to do a succession plan within a business, within a family setting, and have a family member to take over. Or if you would like to choose employees, because there are more employees these days who are looking to purchase businesses. So don't forget about your employees. Don't forget about your staff, your team members. They already know your business. They know the business. And so, again, just getting back to associations, get involved, stay involved. I tell you what, I'm always involved. And this weekend, I'm on my way to the library. They're having a small business meet and greet, a get together. And there are nonprofits who will be there and a tons of small businesses. I'm going and I'm taking some type of event. There's an event that I'm always hosting. I invite them to join. So get out there. Don't be afraid. Step out and be yourself. But getting back to what I was talking about with Dr. Leland, the magazine, the free anthropology, where you can actually publish your writing and start off as, like I did, as a co-author. Start off in that area and then publish your own book. Social media posts she mentions here, the podcast, as I was saying, she said cash prizes from $10 to $100. But I want to say to you, the podcast I've enjoyed because I can get on and watch her. I remember when I first started with StreamYard, and I wanted to know more about it. She said, Marlene, I'm using that. She talked to me about it, gave me some really good ideas of how I could really use it. I watched her and she gave us detailed knowledge of how to use it. So I'm saying that this is someone you really want to get to know. She is a global leader, and she's looking to take you with her. So reach out. I'll leave the information attached so you can get to know Dr. Leland. You can get to know Lois Pipers, Sherry McDowell, and Peter Abrahamson. And you can get to know me as well. Your exit strategy is long-term. I say long-term because it's steps that you're going to put in place. Put those steps in place. Steps that help you to keep the business in good, healthy standing. That's why I mentioned mental health today, mental and physical. Steps that will help you to also invite your business to be to step into meetings and be able to, you'll listen to them and they listen to you, and they can talk to you about what they're doing within their various capacities. Listen to them, hear what's going on, because they are the ones who make up your business. And then, like Sherry talked about, team building, and that is nothing, again, and that's all of you within your business, top level, mid-level, then all levels together, coming together and building the business to make it stronger today than it ever has been before. So that's why when I say steps, stop, relax, take steps, okay? Take steps at each point of your journey so that you can now see that it's not about just exiting out the door. Look at how you can start today, because your start today will empower your finish. Now you can, when you're looking, I'll talk eventually about exiting the business completely and totally, but right now I want to continue to talk to you about how you can get started. For instance, startup businesses. And I'll be talking to some of them actually on Saturday when I'm at the library. And that is a startup business. How can they start an exit strategy? Just as I mentioned, start off first. Start first with what? Building those individuals, first of all, who work for you. And if you don't have employees right now, reach out right now and get to know different associations. Reach out and get into different business, get to know businesses and combine with them. I just being a team member right now, actually a colleague of mine, we're getting ready to do a workshop together. And there's another person, we're going to do online courses together. Start reaching out and thinking how you can build your business. Don't think about just leaving. As you get the business up and going and getting it stronger, then you can decide what to do. Now, if you're looking at what can I do right now, Marlene, to really protect myself, You can look at life insurance. Life insurance helps. That'll help you in terms of if you're working and you got employees, a key employee, you can always protect the business, of course, with life insurance. And I'll be talking to you as we go on. I'll be talking with you step by step about what you can do. And I'll talk about each level of life coverage. I've dealt with life insurance for years, so I can talk to you. But guess what? Guess what's occurring more today than death? Disability. Get yourself some disability coverage so that when things do occur, like with myself, and I spoke about this last time, that I actually came down with pneumonia. Pneumonia hit me. Okay. I didn't have disability coverage, but I did have life insurance in place. How was that going to help disability? It couldn't help me, could it? So don't stop and say, I only need life coverage. No, you don't. You need life plus disability. Plus, you need a plan in place where you can continue to build and grow your business. It's not only just about life coverage either. You've got to have a diverse, it's like again, going back to investments. This is your family. This is your investment. Invest in diverse areas to keep your business strong. Invest. And that means your investments are your staff, your employees, your teams that you have on board. Your investment also as a solopreneur are the collaboration opportunities that you have that are out there in the field. When you meet individuals, talk with them, see how you can connect with them. Invest, invest, invest. That's what you can do. And that's actually what an exit strategy will help you to do, is to begin to invest, because an exit strategy is not going to say, well, you've got now, you know that if the business ever catches on fire, you've got a fire extinguisher in place, right? It's going to say, look, if a fire is about to start, you may have some type of system in place that actually lets you know that the fire is getting ready to start. Something that, as opposed to just a fire extinguisher, we all have to learn to think and anticipate outside of the boundaries. Think, and you can only do that more when you are what? Teaming with someone that you're collaborating with. If you're a solopreneur, collaborate, go to different functions, go to different events, listen and hear what other people are doing. But collaboration will help us. And if you got employees, listen to your team, listen to your business, everyone, because together you can now invest in the business, because there's somebody somewhere within your business right now today, out of the 7 generations that you can find right now within your business setting, that know of a strategy of some type that you had not considered. Stop, think, listen, and proceed in steps. Steps again with health, steps again with listening, with inclusivity, steps with team building, and steps outside of the business in other associations that you can become connected with, that you can I'm inviting you again to, and I'll have all of this attached for you, to come and learn more about the 50 inspirational connections. I am ambassadors. If you have more, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to Leland. We would love to have you to come join us. Because one thing that I really enjoy, and that's writing. I love writing. Your writing, your expertise will grow your business. And I want to just thank all of you for joining me today. And again, start off in steps. Start in steps, all right? Because we never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Get your life insurance in place, because we don't know. We don't know how long we're going to be here, do we? We don't know. Get your disability coverage in place. We don't know if tomorrow we could have a major illness to occur. Be ready, stay ready. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a great day.